What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about my service in the military, mostly negative experiences because that's what someone was contacting me about. If you want to contact me, please use onision.net/contact. Appreciate it. Anyway, so they were asking about why I feel negatively about the military and the Air Force in general. Let me talk about the 3.5 years I was in the Air Force. First of all, my first negative experience was probably primarily, it wasn't basic. Basic was okay. They yelled at us. A lot of people cried and broke down, etc. That was whatever. Not a big deal. That's what you expect. It's what you see in the movies and all that. Except for the manipulation. You don't really see the psycho, sick bitch shit in the movies where, like, this fucking TI would, like, play games with us. She'd play fucking head games. She'd be like, oh, I like you guys so much. You're so wonderful. You're so good one day. And the next day she'd be like, you're pieces of shit. I hate you. And the next day she'd be like, oh, you guys are doing such a good job, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and after a while, I was just like, you're a twisted bitch. Like, I would just, like, start thinking that whenever she'd go, oh, you guys are doing so good, I'm like, fuck you. Like, I'm thinking, fuck you. I can't say fuck you because that would be pretty bad for me. Anyway, and then they just did other stuff. Like, someone threw a bag of chips to someone else. And then everybody had to do, like, fucking push-ups and shit because they threw a bag of chips and the other person caught it or whatever. That's how I remember it, at least. Anyway, so yeah, I graduated basic in, like, 2005. And then I decided to, instead of going into the medical field, I decided to go into Special Forces, SERE, S-E-R-E. That's funny, it's SERE. SERE. Anyway, SERE, Survival, Evasion, Resistance, Escape. So I refused to participate in the rabbit killing thing in SERE, so naturally they said that I could not continue. I said I could not continue. We mutually agreed I could not continue. And when I say that, I mean I wrote up a report saying I could not continue. That's why. And then that's when they said I could not continue. So yeah, I just sat in Special Forces for like a week and a half after that, waiting to cross-train or whatever. And I designed their website, SERE.net, SERE.org, whatever. And they took my name off the bottom, which was not cool because I designed the site, but that's okay, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, and then I moved on to being a cop, which was stupid because guess what? I wrote on this cross-training thing. I said I cannot kill anybody. I cannot kill a rabbit. I cannot kill anyone else. I don't see how I could kill anyone. Do not put me in a field where I need to kill someone. And then they put me in as a cop, like the #1 killing career field outside the Special Forces options. So, I mean, SERE wasn't killing. It was to teach people how to survive. But combat control, pararescue, etc., yeah, you're going to be killing some people probably. Anyway, so they put me into a cop, and I cried. And I made this, like, video of me crying because I'm so, like, retarded. Where it's just, like, my uniform. But you couldn't see my, insignias and shit, so it wasn't really violating anything. And I didn't really upload it. I just left it offline. But anyway, so then I moved on to I was still at Lackland Air Force Base, and I was serving in tech school there, where I met Magic Johnson or Magic, whatever, the guy with the basketball player with AIDS. I was like, hey, let me take a picture of you. I took a picture of him, but I wasn't in the picture. I just took a picture of him. I didn't know how to deal with celebrities or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm smart. Anyway, so I went through that, and well, I think the first real negative experience actually was we'll go back to SERE. I was told, everything would be fine in our training, and I didn't think that they would put my safety at risk, but they did. And the way they put my safety at risk is I was getting chest pains when we were carrying like a 75-pound bag of rocks for 4 miles around this track, this very large track. Mile-long track, actually. So we had to do 4 laps in under an hour, and I did it. But I was getting chest pains, and it was really horrible for me because I just hated how it felt, the idea that I could potentially die or whatever. But I just ignored that feeling because I was like, they wouldn't let me die. They wouldn't put me in a situation that could hurt me. Okay? And so, yeah, a week after I quit, someone got a heart attack from the same thing. And I was getting chest pains when I was doing it. So I was like, that could have been me. This is fucking bullshit. They weren't worried about my safety. They were being irresponsible as fuck. So anyway, and another thing that happened in the SERE training was I almost got bit by a black mamba or black mongoose or whatever in the swamp. And those kill you. You die, okay? If you get bit by those and you don't have, like, insane medical attention immediately. Regardless, I didn't get bit by it because we were in the swamp and we were low crawling with these bags of rocks on our back. it's fucking cool. It's not a bad thing at all. It was fun. But I was ahead of everyone because I thought I was very proud of myself carrying a bag of rocks going through the swamp and being ahead of everyone. I just thought that was super cool. I'm like, special training, I'm number one. You know, I passed all the physical tests. I was pretty hoo-ah or hoo-yah or whatever the fuck. Anyway, so I almost get bit by the snake, and one of my fellow airmen tell me that I need to back off because there's a snake right in front of me and I'm going to get bit. And I'm like, holy shit. So I just slowly back up. I didn't see it, but they said that it was right there. And we all talked about it after. It wasn't like a joke. It was fucking serious. But yeah, and then this guy almost drowns because when he's going through the swamp, he goes straight through the middle thinking the whole thing's just as deep. And he has a bag of rocks on his back. So he just sinks right to the fucking bottom of the swamp. And I have to go help him, and the other guys have to go help him. So we all have bags of rocks. We're trying to pull this guy up from drowning. Anyway, that's just safety concerns I was upset about in the Air Force. Anyway, so then I moved on to fucking Tinker Air Force Base. And that was a decent experience. It wasn't a bad Air Force base, really. There were some conflicts I had with other airmen that I thought were unfair because there was this guy that just had a fucking problem with me and harassed me all the time. And it'd be like, what's your fucking problem? And he'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And then I yelled at him for a while at combat training. I volunteered for a couple deployments while I was there, but I never got selected to go to Iraq because they had me slotted for a May 2007 or 6 or something. I don't know what year it was. I'd have to really think about it. But anyway, they had me slotted, and they said that it'd take a 5-star general to get you to Iraq, son, so you can keep volunteering all you want. You're not going to get there until your time comes up. So I ended up volunteering for South Korea instead, and for some reason, South Korea, they were totally cool with it. They just took me to South Korea, and I'm like, fucking sweet, because I didn't really want to go to Iraq anyway. I don't know why anyone would want to go to Iraq. I was just volunteering because I felt like it was the right thing to do. So I wound up going to South Korea, and that's when I encountered a lot of people who I actually felt compassionate for. Like like in America, you look at other people and you're like, you're a fucking asshole, and I don't like you, you fucking piece of shit. Because there's a lot of piece of shit asshole Americans, right? I go to South Korea, and I like 90% of the people there. Like I like so many more people in South Korea than I do in America, and so I'm like. Because the whole reason I joined the Air Force was to, you know, go fight the evil infidels overseas. Infidels, I would use that word. Go fight the evil people overseas. You know, that's what America's taught me. That everyone else is evil, America's great, or whatever. That's what a lot of people teach you as a kid, especially if you watch Fox News. But no, I started to figure out, oh my God, maybe Americans are actually the pieces of shit. And maybe we're not supposed to be in all these other countries, you know, telling people what to do. Mind you, our occupation of South Korea is really important because of the fact that, you know, if we weren't there, North Korea might just wipe out South Korea. If you know anything about the Korean War, they're actually still at war. There hasn't been a peace treaty or anything as far as last time I checked. It's just been an ongoing truce, temporary truce, but they're still like not at a truce. It's complicated. Anyway, so yeah, it's important that we're in South Korea, but I don't really like the fact that we're like invading all over the world. Like we're occupying so many countries all over the world in which we don't really necessarily have the right to do or be there. So anyway, but no, my negative experience towards the end was I applied for a conscientious objector status because, as I told you guys in the beginning of this retailing of events, I said when I couldn't kill that rabbit that I can't kill people, and nobody fucking paid attention to me. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't have it in me to fucking end another life with intent. Like, obviously, I hit that deer. You know, that was an accident, and I killed that turtle on accident. You know, because the fucking container and the air wasn't sufficient, and I was like, fuck. Because I thought it was, because there was like fucking shit. It was like on grass, and there was air that's supposed to come up underneath, and that's what I thought about. I'm like, this is fine, and they come out and the turtle's dead. You know, it's just stupid. I'm not going to defend myself on that. But the point is, I don't intentionally want to kill anything, okay? Accidents happen. I don't intentionally want to kill anything. So I tell them again, when I'm in South Korea, I say, hey, I'm fucking depressed. Okay, I hate my life here. I hated everything about my life because I lost all motivation in what I did with the last 3 years of my life. I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Why am I in the military? Why am I supporting whole? I mean, like people buddy fuck each other all the time. You know, they don't treat you like brothers as much as they treat you like enemies. Like, it's stupid. Like, people are just dicks to each other all the time. Or at least, I mean, sometimes there's some friends that I got out of it, but a lot of people are assholes. It's like high school. Military is a lot like the high school, except people actually have authority over you who shouldn't. So, anyway, I told them I was depressed. I handed in my weapon. I handed my weapon, and I told them I was depressed, actually. And I was like teary, and I talked to a therapist, and actually first I talked to a doctor, and I told this doctor my whole story, and he's like, well, I'm just here to check you out medically. I'm like, damn it, I just told the wrong person what I was feeling. So I told an actual medical professional that for months and months and months, and I was on the relieved of duty squad, and they were just fucking ignoring me. You know, they were just basically like, oh, he'll probably like get tired of the relieved of duty squad and want to go back to active duty. They were fucking wrong, okay? They were wrong. They were so fucking wrong about me, and it pissed me off that they would not listen to me. Because I was like, I refuse to fucking kill. I will not carry a weapon. I will not support your giant mechanism of death. And I was getting so angry because it took them 8 months, about 8 months, to get me out processed, to get me out of the military. I was discharged honorably, which is cool. Because, I mean, that's just like a really nice parting gift to be discharged honorably. Because I didn't really do anything that was absolutely atrocious in the military. I was actually a really good airman until I told him I was depressed, and that's when I started being like really not cool with everything. But no, what was upsetting is there was this guy who was, I was waiting for like 4 or 5 months, and then there's this guy who I knew who said he was gay. And this is back in 2008, early 2008, I think. He said he was gay, and he was out in 2 weeks. 2 fucking weeks, okay? You say you don't want to kill somebody, 8 months. You say you're gay, 2 weeks, okay? And I wasn't going to say I was gay, because that's dishonest. And there was no way I was gay. I had a wife, okay? So, like, it's just stupid. But no, I saw that, and I was like, this is some fucking bullshit. You know, I've been applying to get out of the military for a very long time. Why the fuck am I still here? So eventually I had a meltdown, and I stripped off all my clothes in my boss's office because I didn't want to clean up a post because the lieutenant colonel told me not to clean up that post, right? He said, do not clean up their post. It is their job to clean up their post, the people who are still active. So I'm like, okay, I won't clean up their fucking post, no matter who tells me, because that's what the lieutenant colonel said. Okay, so then a fucking senior airman comes to me, and he's like, you need to clean up their post. I'm like, fuck you. I don't need to clean up anybody's post. The lieutenant colonel, the former commander of our squadron, said that I couldn't do that. And so he's like, oh, really? So then he had a lieutenant come out. The lieutenant comes out, and he's like, you need to clean up their post. And I'm like, dude, you're a fucking lieutenant, okay? Salute, salute. But guess what? I'm not going to do this because a lieutenant colonel told me not to do this, and his rank supersedes yours. Or, is that how you use the word supersede? Anyway, so then I go to the fucking chief master sergeant. I get put in his office, and now he's going to give me a letter of reprimand for not following orders. And I'm like, you guys, this is something really frustrating about the military, is how fucking dumb people are. A lot of people. Not everyone, but a lot of people are fucking dumb. I was like, you bastards. You fucking bastards, okay? I was told by a lieutenant goddamn colonel not to do something, and then all y'all motherfuckers of lower ranks are telling me to do it. What am I going to do? Either I'm breaking the rules of somebody who's way over your pay grade, or I'm fucking listening to the person I'm supposed to be listening to. So it was very frustrating. And I'm like, you know what? And he's like, I'm going to give you a letter of reprimand. And it was my first disciplinary action ever. They were going to give me a letter of reprimand for something totally bullshit. Okay? So I was like, okay, you know what? He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm taking off my clothes. And the reason I was doing this is to say something. I wanted to say, I'm a human fucking being. Stop treating me like this goddamn robot. I'm not a robot. Robots don't glitch and take off their clothes, okay? I'm a fucking human being, so I'm going to strip in my fucking birthday suit. So I got down to my birthday suit, and I'm completely fucking naked. Like, a lot of the rumor around the squadron was that I just got down to my underwear. No. I took off my underwear too. I was completely fucking naked, standing at parade rest in front of a chief master sergeant and the senior airman who fucked me. Fucking senior airman was, and he, you know, he was just nice to me from that point on for some reason. Like, I guess he thought it was cool, you know, that I got naked in front of the chief master sergeant, just didn't give a fuck. But no, he was just standing there, and he had to go get a cop, and the cop put handcuffs on me, and I went and was thrown in a cell for, first they dressed me. They redressed me, and then they walked me over to the cell, put me in there for 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes. And then they said, want to go to lunch? And I went to lunch. But I got a did I get an Article 15? I don't know. I got in trouble. I lost $1,000 and I lost a stripe. I used to be a senior airman. I went out as an airman first class because of that fucking incident where I was following the orders of a lieutenant colonel. And for some crazy reason, I believe that a senior airman and a lieutenant and a chief master sergeant couldn't speak for a lieutenant colonel. Like the lieutenant colonel could speak for himself. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much everything. And then I had this fucking meltdown on the way out where they were saying, this tech sergeant and the staff sergeant were like, well, you got to pay for this microwave. And I was really pissed. Right when I was out processing, they're like, well, you got to pay for this microwave. And I was like, okay, first off, I didn't even live in this dormitory. It was just, I was ghosting in this dormitory. I didn't even live in it. And they were saying I had to pay for a microwave because the plate inside the microwave was gone. So I'm basically being told to pay for someone else's microwave because I never used that fucking microwave. Okay? I don't remember using that microwave even once. So I was like, do you know why the fuck I'm getting kicked out of the military? Do you know why? And they're like, no, we don't know why. They're all getting like fucking paranoid because I'm getting really aggressive. You know, just because you're a fucking staff sergeant or tech sergeant doesn't mean you can't be, you know, fucking put in line by an airman first class. Okay? Human beings. That's what bothers me about the military a lot, is that people forget that they're human beings. All they see is fucking ranks. And it's like, you know what? Let's get fucking raw. Let's get fucking tribal. Let's get fucking caveman over here, okay? I am a human being equivalent to you, motherfucker. So I was like, do you know why I'm getting kicked out of the military? It's because I hate motherfuckers like you. I hate your fucking uniform. I hate what you fucking stand for. I fucking hate everything about you people. And he's like, well, we better go talk to the chief master sergeant about this. And so I go over and talk to the chief master sergeant, and guess what happens? Chief master sergeant's like, do you want to be out of the military? Because we can keep you in the military if you want to be in the military. We'll keep you. I'm like, I don't want to be in the military. He's like, well, okay, then you stop causing problems, and we'll get you out. So I was like, okay. And then he's like, but by the way, you're not going to fucking pay for that microwave. There's no way you're paying for that microwave. And I'm like, damn right, I'm not paying for that fucking microwave. I never used the microwave. I'm not paying for a fucking microwave. Okay, I don't care if it's fucking $3. I'm not paying for that fucking microwave. It's principle. So anyway, that's my experience in the military. And I got discharged, conscientious objector, finally, after about 8 months of waiting. That's about right. And then once I got out of the military, I became a vegetarian. Or maybe it was before. I don't know. I became a vegetarian very close to my discharge day because I just like, fuck all of it. You know, fuck living off animals if you don't have to. Fuck promoting all this bloodshed that you don't have to. Fuck violence in general, you know? I'm all about fantasy, you know, video games, Grand Theft Auto, that kind of stuff. But reality, no. Let's just be fucking peaceful, people. Like, seriously, the military is high school drama shit. War is high school drama shit, okay? It's a bunch of people who collectively, for some reason, believe that it's okay to invade other people's countries, people who they likely don't understand, and tell them what to do. No, I think all military should be in defense. Everybody should mind their own fucking business, okay? And I don't understand why we're invading every other country on the earth, and on top of that, we have to pay for it. The taxpayers have to pay for that. I didn't agree to that. I didn't say that was okay, you know? War is just so childish. It really is. And most every person who ever gets involved in war is like, wow, this is really bad. Human logic. If it's really bad, then stop doing it. You crazy people. Grow up, okay? People in the military need to grow up and realize war is not the answer, okay? It could be the answer in some situations if you're defending people. But if you're just going in and fucking invading a country like Iraq was a huge joke. Over 1 million Iraqis died. Over 1 million Iraqis died because of us. Okay? What did we really accomplish in Iraq? Over 1 million people, guys. That's retarded. And thousands of Americans died too. But, you know, I would say 1 million Iraqis is more important than a few thousand Americans, considering the fact that that's a fucking million people, and patriotism is a joke. I like America a lot. I really appreciate America, but patriotism is a fucking joke. It's a cancer. Okay, it makes us think that we're different than the rest of the world. It makes us think that we're separate from the rest of the world, and that's ridiculous. We're all human beings. We should all unite, not be ignorant and fucking like high schools cheering for our fucking team. This isn't football. This is fucking life and death. Equivalent human lives. Valuable people on every end. Anyway, so this was very lengthy. I'm not gonna add music or anything. It's just gonna be raw, so you can get all the deeds without the distractions. That's my story. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.